What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another 30-minute workout. Today's focus is going to be arms and abs. Like everything else, we're going to go ahead and start off with our warm-up. I'm going to be using the rower behind me. If you don't have access to a rower, you've got a different machine, whether it's a bike, elliptical, treadmill, we're going to use that for 30-second intervals. If you don't have a machine, you're going to use body weight. We're going to do jumping jacks, side jacks, or overhead knee raises. Either way, we're going to keep that body in motion for 30 seconds. We're then going to go into sets of 10 reps using either light dumbbells or a band. I've chosen to use a loop band just like so, and I'll demonstrate that as we get into the warm-up. We're going to do bicep curls, and then we're going to do tricep kickback. So make sure you're using a weight that can get the muscles warm and get the joints loose. Let's go ahead and start with our 30-second intervals. We're going to do 3 sets, 30 seconds on the rower. We're going to do 10 reps on the bicep curl, 10 reps on the kickback, repeat 3 total rounds. Let's go ahead and get started. Just like we typically do, we're focusing on getting the heart rate up, expanding the lungs, and prepping ourselves for the workout. There's not going to be a large cardio demand on today's workout. However, you want to make sure that everything is primed for movement. 30 seconds. Ready to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here. Again, as I mentioned, I'm going to be using a band for our resistance. So what I'm going to have myself do, palms up, grabbing the insides of the band like so. I'm going to step on the center, shoulders back, chest tall. 10 bicep curls, squeezing the bicep at the top. And then from here with the band in the same position, we're going to go into a tricep kickback. I'm going to go ahead and pull the shoulders back, elbows up high. And again, you can do this with light dumbbells or a band. Set number 2, back to the rower. 30 seconds. The intervals are short and sweet. We're just getting everything primed. We'll get into our stretch here in just a moment and begin. Fifteen seconds. Three, 2, 1. Go. Moving into our curls. Second round. We're going to go right in the center, keeping the tension light. And then we adjust for our kickbacks. Two down, 1 to go. We're going to start off with that final 30-second bout on the rower. Here we go. Again, we're just getting everything fired up, getting in that workout headspace, and let's begin. Whether you're doing a rower, another machine, or some calisthenics, just 30 seconds. Halfway there, 15 seconds to go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more bout with the band. Again, foot in the center, shoulders back, chest tall. Into our kickbacks. set that band to the side. We're gonna use that later in the workout, so keep it local if you got it. Next, we're gonna get into some stretches. Arm circles, big circles going forward. 10 reps apiece. Let that heart rate come down. Let's go backwards now, 10 more reps. Now we're gonna switch sides. Take it on back. We're going to go into chest openers next. Palms together. Turn the thumbs out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9 and 10. Last but not least, we're going to get a little bit of shoulder and neck warming. We're going to go ahead and lean in the opposite direction. Put that arm behind the back. Feel that stretch. 10 seconds. Let's take it over to the side. Getting everything ready. Arms and abs. Arms and abs. There we go. All right, moving into our workout, we're gonna have a few pieces of equipment we're gonna wanna have available. The first of which is gonna be a pair of dumbbells. We're gonna use these for some curls and extensions. So a nice modest weight will do, adjust as necessary. We're gonna have multiple rounds to play around with. So you need to go lighter, you need to go heavier, whatever's gonna work best for how you wanna challenge yourself. We're also gonna be using a suspension trainer. If you don't have access to one of those, we're gonna use dumbbells instead. We're going to use it anchored to a door. So if you guys are doing this at home in the privacy of your own facility, whether it's a gym, bedroom, what have you, we're going to go ahead and make sure we have the ability to use that. Last but not least is going to be a space where you've got a mat available so we can do some core work. We're going to be doing some crunches, some leg raises, and all of that. We're going to start it off by doing our first circuit. We're going to do 3 exercises. We're going to be doing push-ups. We're going to be doing, hi Snooties. We're going to be doing our TRX row, and we're going to be doing an elbow plank twist. I'm going to demonstrate each exercise first, then we're going to be doing 4 rounds of 10 reps apiece. For the time being, what I want you to make sure that you do is get yourself a challenging weight so that if you are doing the dumbbell version of the row, when you're pulling the elbows up nice and high, you're getting a good amount of tension through the back muscles. This is going to be your position in the event that we're doing the row. For us over here on the strap, we're going to get into position. I like to use the anchor for the door. I'm going to pull the shoulders back, lead with the elbows. This is going to be how I'm performing the exercise. I'm controlling the movement. I'm not dropping too aggressively, feeling that stretch, but also keeping my core active as much as possible. We're going to be doing push-ups as well. For those of you who are new to push-ups, we're struggling when it comes to facilitating a regular push-up on the toe. Do it from the knees. The hips are forward, beautiful straight line from the knees up to the shoulder, and we're gonna lower our chest to the ground. Let the elbows come down about 45 degrees. We don't want them flared out super wide. Keep them in close if you can. If you have the ability to do a traditional push-up, we're doing sets of 10. Go ahead and join me. We're gonna be doing those. Last but not least is going to be our plank twist. We're going to get into an elbow plank position, and we are going to drop our hip and rotate side to side. 10 reps on each side for a total of 20. I'm in my elbow plank, shoulders are stacked above the elbows. I'm going to lower the hip, raise my butt, other hip, raise my butt. Create an arching motion as you lower the hip, bring it up, rotate, and then opposite side. We're going to be doing a total of 20 for 10 on each side. This is going to be circuit number 1. We're going to get into that in just a moment. Again, make sure you have access to the weights, dumbbells, bands, straps, whatever you need. We're going to begin with our 10 push-ups. If you're going alongside me, we're going to go body weight for set 1 and then add resistance for sets 2, 3, and 4. Let's go ahead and begin. Again, we're just doing sets of 10. We're going to go into our next exercise. We're going to keep these transitions tight that is going to disguise itself as our cardio component. Arms long and strong, shoulders are back. I'm leading with the elbows, keeping my belly tight, engaging my glutes. There we go. One more. Arms extended. Relieve myself from the strap. Next, we're going to get into our plank twist. Down into my elbow position. Shoulders above the elbow. Feet are about hip width apart. And I'm down. Drawing my belly button in. And raising those hips. Again, what that does, works the obliques, the outer portion of the abs. That's going to be set number 1. We got 3 more to go. Grab your beverage if you need it. Water, aminos, whatever you need. We're using Amino Complex today by Thorne Supplements. Link in the description if you're interested. I like their Whey Protein, their Memoractive, which is a great neurotropic. I also use their aminos and their electrolytes. Moving into set number 2, I'm going to incorporate a band. Make the tension feel a little bit more challenging as I'm pressing out the bottom of the movement. Here we go. All right. Back to the row. Take longer breaks if you need them. It's not a race. We want quality movement throughout the entirety of this workout. Arms long, step out, back to our plank twist. Here we go. Halfway there. And there it is. 2 rounds down, 2 to go. We're gonna get right into our push-up. I'm liking that extra bit of heart rate elevation that I've got, so I'm gonna run with it. Again, you don't have to use a band. Body weight's fine. You can do them from the knees. Go based off of what feels the best for you. Again, if you got to keep that break a little longer, no worries. Plank twists, and then we got our 4th and final set. Again, elbows stacked below the shoulder. Keep that focus on the core. And let's just get right into it, no band necessary. There we go. Let's get that row going. Last set on the TRX, if you're using it like me. Beautiful. side twist. Bring our first circuit to a close. Here we go. The beauty of doing this particular movement is it creates a dynamic motion. You're not just doing a standard plank, you're also getting that rotational element, targeting your strength. These are important things to consider when you're training any kind of core exercise. Not just the ability to remain stable and create tension, but ultimately strengthen different planes of motion. We're gonna take about a minute, let that heart rate come down. If you're not quite with me, give yourself some more time if you need it. Otherwise, finish up your reps. We're gonna get into set number 2, or I should say circuit number 2. Exercise 1, we're gonna be doing a bicep curl using a pair of dumbbells. I got these off to the side. We're gonna make sure to stand chest tall, shoulders back. Arms at the hip. Try to keep the elbows in front of the hip during the movement. Don't let them come back too far. What ends up happening is you miss a little bit of that strength by using that swing and that momentum. Try to be as strict as you can. We're gonna go both arms together for 10 repetitions. Exercise number 2, we're gonna do a lying tricep extension, also known as a skull crusher. We're gonna lay down on our mat, grab both of our dumbbells, belly tight, heels pressed firmly into the mat, keeping our butt down. Arms are gonna be straight, and we're gonna lower the dumbbells next to our head, carefully making sure not to smash our beautiful faces. As we extend up, try to keep the elbows slightly back. This is gonna maintain tension on the back of the arm. As you start to fatigue, you might notice the elbow drifts forward. That's fine, but what's gonna happen is you're gonna be incorporating those lats and serratus. You're gonna keep that focus on the arm. So go strict if you need to, and try to use lighter weights to get a better quality of motion. The last exercise we're gonna do is a crunch. I'm opting to use weight on these, however the execution is gonna be the same. Feet are in the same position as they were for the skull crusher. We're gonna elevate our arms above our chest. We're gonna keep our chin tucked into the chest so we're not overexerting our neck. We're gonna keep our belly tight, bring the shoulders up off of the mat. We're working those upper abdominals, so I'm gonna opt to use a set of dumbbells to make that a little bit more challenging and help strengthen those upper abs. Similar to the first circuit, we're gonna do sets of 10, and we're gonna do 4 rounds. I'm gonna kick it off with the bicep curl. When you're ready, go ahead and get yourself in position. Again, pick a pair of weights that you can do comfortably. If you're able to use the same weights for the curls and the extensions, fantastic. That's gonna keep your transitions a little tighter, and that's gonna help work towards that cardio component. Work up towards a goal if you need to as well. None of this has to be done perfect the first time. We're gonna start off. Bicep curl. Again, shoulders back, palms are forward. We're focusing on keeping the elbows slightly in front of the body and not using too much momentum in the curl. There we go. Perfect. Set the weights down. We're now going to move into the skull crusher. I like to place my shoulders about a foot below the weights. Give myself a little bit of room. Just swing the dumbbells forward, like so, and then extend and get into my movement. Belly tight, keep feet mat on the floor. Here we go. A little bit of rotation in the dumbbells is okay. It actually helps to get a really good contraction. But always focus on control on the way down. From here, we're gonna go into our crunch. I'm gonna do a neutral grip. So that means that the weights are parallel to my body. There we have it. Set number 1 in the books. We're gonna go back to our bicep curl. Again, both arms together, palms forward, keeping the elbows slightly in front of the hips. The reason I say that is we don't want to be curling back here. That is a great exercise, but not the one we're trying to do. A little momentum as we get deeper into the set or into the deeper rounds is okay, but try to be as strict as you can while we're feeling fresh. Set number 2, back to the curls. A little bit of momentum. I might be going a touch heavier than I should be, but in the interest of time, we're going to keep the weights the same. Skull crushers up next. This one I've selected perfectly. This one is good. 10 reps. Control the weight on the way down. That doesn't mean slow. That just means deliberate. Moving into our crunch. Halfway there, 2 sets to go. Take some time if you need. Heart rate is definitely getting up there. Starting to feel tightness in the arms, especially halfway through the workout. Bicep curl up next, 3rd set. I'm gonna take an amino break. Generally it takes anywhere from 1.5 minutes to 3 minutes for your muscles to fully recover after a relatively taxing bout. This is going to be different based on your endurance, your nutrition, muscularity. There's a lot of other variables that can factor in. However, generally speaking, after about 3 minutes, your muscles are fully recovered from whatever bout of stress you applied to them previously. This goes to say that you can give yourself longer breaks if you need, especially if you're struggling to get the weights up. But even 1.5 minutes could be sufficient for letting the muscles recover, even if your heart rate still feels elevated. This is going to challenge your cardiac development while also still giving the opportunity to lift the heavier weights, building the muscle, increasing strength, and improving your general performance. So keep that in mind. 1.5 minutes, sweet spot. Going into curls. A little supination is okay as well. This is where you're going to start with the palms facing the body and finish with that upward rotation. You might find this actually helps initiate the lift and make the movement a little bit more manageable. That was definitely the case for me. Into our skull crushers. Ooh, those arms. Feeling good. Feet firmly on the floor. Bring the elbows forward into that starting position. 10 reps. Into our crunches. One more set to go. Curls for the win. We're going to jump right into it. We're going to grab our weights, take a step back, and here we go. 2 more. Definitely using momentum. At this stage of the workout, I'm starting to really feel that tightness through the bicep. So no matter how heavy the weight is, everything's going to be challenging from here on out. Triceps, bring it on home. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Final set of crunches. And rest. There it is. Second circuit is officially done. If you need more time to rest, or if you're still catching up on your reps, please, by all means, give yourself a breather if you need it. We're going to be getting into our third and our final circuit here in just a moment. We're gonna have some kettlebell action here. Do some kettlebell curls, some overhead tricep extension. We're gonna do the exercise with both a kettlebell and a dumbbell, for those who don't have access to kettlebells, just to show you how to execute the movements. We're then gonna get into an alternating leg raise, which I'll demo here in just a moment as well. We're gonna take that full minute, let the heart rate come down, let the muscles recover. We're doing arms, baby. We are feeling it, especially after doing 8 sets of 10 reps per body part. So at this stage, you've already done a good amount of volume on both the tricep and the bicep. Effectively, you also felt a bit of the shoulders, chest, and back, especially at the beginning of the workout. Doing those compound movements prior to isolating helps to fully exhaust the support around it. So when you get down to isolation, it makes it a lot harder, but you can do lighter weights to focus on control and quality of movement. Moving into our exercises with kettlebell and or dumbbell, we're going to start off with an overhead tricep extension. I am opting to do these from a kneeling position, but you can do them standing if you would like. I like kneeling because it takes away my ability to use too much momentum during the process. For the overhead, you're going to hold the kettlebell upside down. So again, use a weight that you can manage. To start the circuit off, we're going to do a kettlebell hammer curl. I will also be doing this kneeling, again, just given that I'm already in this position, trying to keep transitions tight, but you can always do these standing as well, especially if this position is uncomfortable for you. We're going to grab the side of the kettlebell, just like so. Keep the elbows in close. Bring the hands up to the chest. That's going to be exercise 1, the kettlebell curl. If you're using a dumbbell, you're going to grab the top part of the dumbbell like so, and do the same thing. Arms in close, bring the weight up towards the top. As we move into the overhead extension, kettlebell is going to be upside down. Bring the weight behind the head, putting us in the prime position to extend. So, just like so, bring it up, over, don't smack your head like I just did, and that'll be how we execute. Groovy. If you're using the dumbbell, same idea. You're gonna come up, over, and extend like so. For our third and our final exercise in the circuit, we're going to be doing our alternating leg raise. An old familiar friend. Legs down below, knees are straight. We're going to bring one leg up, reach towards the shin. We're going to alternate left and right side as you bring your chest forward. 10 to the left, 10 to the right. We're going to start it off with our curls. Again, I'm going to be in this kneeling position. Hopefully I don't smack myself in the head. And let's go ahead and begin. Shoulders back, elbows in close. Take a moment if you need to before getting into the tricep exercise, especially if you feel like your hands and your grip are getting overly fatigued. Here we go. There we have it. Alternating leg raise. 20 total. Halfway there. Round one down, 3 to go. Take a pause if you need it. Arms are feeling extra spicy. We're gonna be done soon, so bear with me. Keep pushing. You've come this far already. We're gonna go a little bit further together. You can do it. Let's get into that curl. Shoulders back, elbows in close. Into our tricep. Back to our leg raise. Halfway. Two rounds to go. Setting a good pace. We're almost there. A little bit further. Let's kick it off with the curls. Into extensions. Leg raise. There's 10. We're jamming. Nearing the finish line. We're gonna get right into it. Bring it on home. Extensions. Leg raise for the win. This is it. 20 reps to freedom. Come on. More. And there it is. Arms and abs, roughly 30 minutes. You guys did great as always. Thank you so much for sticking in there. I'll see you guys for the next one. Great work.